Today I'm working on these old vintage rotary telephones. They have magnetos in them for the ringers. They're pretty cool. These are from maybe the 1920s, and they were used up in Canada, I'm told. And got a drawing here. This is a copy of the wiring diagram. I wanted to hook these up and see if I could get them to work. They're very similar phones. I was told that this phone here is slightly older. You can see that it has a block off plate here, and I was also told that this handset's been upgraded or modernized, I guess. But originally this is the sticker, copy of the sticker from inside the older phone. You can see that it had the transmitter here mounted on the front, and the receiver like one of those things you hold up to your ear, and it's been converted over, unfortunately, to have a handset, and they put a block off plate on it. So what I've done, I've got put batteries in them, hooked them together, and I've got voltmeters on here. I'm interested to know what the current draw is. I've got 3 1.5 volt cells inside, because that's what I see in this drawing here. It shows 3 batteries that are connected in series, and this side over here is the red, the positive, and this is the negative. I don't know if it this is what I could figure. And anyway, right now, when I lift the handset, it does draw current, about 80 milliamps, and it settles down to about 30. Same over here on this one. And so what I'm going to do is test the ringer. Wait, I've got, let me check this. There we go. It's on milliamps DC. You got to watch this meter. It drifts away and gets in its own mode. But so now it's pulling, yeah, it's about 100. Then it drops down after it's been off hook a while. And so I'm also going to test the ringer part here. I'm going to crank the ringer on this one. And both phones are ringing. And same with this one. Let me quiet those. It generates the ringing voltage. And I'll show you what's inside here. They look very similar. This one's the model N617-CG. And this one here is the, it's hard for me to read it, N1317-CG. There's my battery hook up there. Just using 3 little small AA's. And here's the wiring. It's line 1, ground, and line 2. And I just connected those wires over to this one. Line 1, ground, and line 2. I like how they abbreviate ground. It's G''ND. That's pretty cool. I hadn't seen that. Usually I've always just seen it as G and D, but and here on this phone you can see this looks aftermarket, kind of rigged up. Somebody went to the trouble. They cut out this piece of wood, got tapped in 2 little finishing nails. You can tell that's not factory original. They even gnawed away a little hole for the wires. And I guess because that's where the old transmitter used to mount. And now it's hooked to this handset. This is the cable. They stapled it. It's too bad that all that happened. It's would have been cool if it was just left alone. But that's just the history of it, I guess. They thought it was an upgrade at the time. But anyway, I'm going to close these up and test them out. I'm going to take this one off hook, and she's drawing current. I'm going to put the microphone near this one. Let's see if you can hear when I pick up this one. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I can hear the audio myself. And so now I'm going to move the phone over to this one. And testing 1 2 3. Yep, sounds pretty loud. Works pretty good. So that's a look at these old phones. This one had the wiring diagram. I made a picture, took a picture and then made a copy just so I could study it closer without having to have the phone in my lap. Pretty cool, it still works.